get stuff. You want to be first in line? Pay.
So he gets product first. So he has 600,000 inventory. So he can.
Right.
Hey, you got to talk into the mic now.
So
Yeah, say 600,000.
$600,000.
All right, well, let me start
Dude,
things.
Bobby's got that much.
Let me start things off. So we were recording a show with Bobby Gately and Jon Rabe.
We lost it.
We lost the footage because I had a camera.
Jon Rabe.
Robbie.
Is it Rabe?
Robbie?
I will
Why
always
is it
say- I will
spelled with a
always say Rabe.
fucking A?
Dude, you
Dude.
want to take care
What's
of the
the
English
correct-
language for me?
We're gonna say
I
Jon
can barely
Rabe.
read.
So I lost the footage, so we're just gonna go live. Fuck it, let's just have
We
some
were
fun.
naked. We played
Dude,
naked
you missed
Twister.
everything.
You guys missed it
There was
all.
dicks-
Cockfighting.
Yeah,
Cockfight. We did a lot of
a lot of
cockfighting.
cockfighting.
Oh, but we
didn't
still
finish,
have the
though.
best part. You guys
Well,
are
he's
gonna,
been sipping on his, unfortunately.
Oh, hold
That,
on.
we'll chug the next one.
Now,
You can almost start there, bud.
Come on, what are you doing?
since I had a camera,
Hey, the race started a long time ago.
since
He's
I
almost
had
done.
a camera, hold on, guys. Since I had a camera that went out, we're just gonna do the whole room and just
Doing
have
it
some
live.
fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna switch cameras. This is how it's gonna look.
I want to see this. I want to see this. Unfold.
All right.
We'll
So what are we
finish yours
doing?
and We'll do it in a little bit.
What are we doing here?
We got to
I'm
catch up with Bobby. From the
Okay.
beginning, the shitty 14-year-old speaker box, black, looked like shit, worked okay, but
We were,
another one the
we're
next
trying
day.
to get, we're trying to get
And
Bobby's
So
life story.
the first box I ever built, man, I missed a bunch of shout outs and shit and everything. It's fucked
Yeah.
up, man.
By the way, I was talking with Matt Leash, and he said to shout out for Limitless Lithium.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I know
My guy. They're late, that's why.
Yeah, John sells their products at Sky High.
Yep.
What else do you sell? Let's just go into that real quick. Like
God.
just
I'm gonna
company wise,
forget one.
company wise.
DC was the first brand we ever picked up.
Right.
And then we obviously started with our Sky High product. We do B2, a lot of Gately, and we're growing with the Gately stuff like
Lots of
every day.
Gately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have it all posted, so hold tight for that.
Fancy shit.
Yeah. SSV, audio control, DS18. I'm trying to be real thorough.
You got some Spark shit?
No, I don't.
Oh, you
Actually,
need to get-
that
that's
would-
a great
I
idea.
do like
Spark
your
stuff.
product.
At one point about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's
Like
get some Spark
Oh.
stuff in there. Hey, look at that! Look at I'm making shit happen.
big money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a complete loss today.
Why do we have
All
8
of us.
beers in front of us?
There's a lot of beer,
This
guys.
guy.
They're all
that's-
light
it's
beers,
him.
This and he has none.
Okay, let me shout out S&D real quick too, because I forgot them, because they have like
yeah.
the littlest section, but it's like the most product.
Steve.
Right.
Yeah.
Ever. Yep, Steve Mead, my guy.
I like Steve.
Everybody's guy. Steve's the
Yep.
man.
Steve's
I
gotta
love
come
Steve
out.
Mead. He's one of my best friends in the whole
We gotta
world.
get him out-
I
out
absolutely
east.
love
Everyone
that dude.
absolutely loves Steve. Me and him go at it every time we
Except
talk
for
on the
people on
internet.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't
You know, Steve is super nice, like, but people like get him riled up, and I understand, because like by the time Joe Blow ex-asshole says something to him, it's the 4,000th guy that day.
We just had this conversation.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
yeah,
so he's like, you know
100%.
what? Fuck you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, well, he got pretty riled up when I built the desk for him, and this guy's like, the material's pretty sus. It would have been nice to see some maple. And he was like, it's exactly what I fucking asked for. He's like, I saw Bobby's desk built out of the same shit he builds his boxes out of, and I wanted that.
And I have 15 desks on order.
Yeah, John does.
How many?
Indeed.
I got 15 new offices getting built.
Hell yeah.
And a reception desk.
That's
Damn,
awesome.
son.
Except for
Damn, John, keeping it
you're
real, bro.
out. He's got 65 builds to do for me and 15 desks, but and
So
5,000
he's
boxes.
building the desks for you?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're gonna be some sweet ass desks.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
we have,
they're baller.
My
We have,
desk is solid. Like,
yeah,
we could
dude.
all stand on my desk.
We've
It's
got
like my
the
counter.
beast.
We've
Yeah.
got the East Coast Bobby Gately on this
Yeah.
side, which is
Yeah,
Chris Lee.
Chris is a beast,
He
man.
builds desks for us too. So
Yeah, it's,
Hey,
I
so
saw it. It's
are you
beautiful.
gonna build me a desk, Steven?
I may.
I think I need a
Figure it
desk.
out.
See, everybody getting desks.
Once
Yeah.
I get ready, Steven's gonna have to build me a goat fence for my house.
yes.
Can do
Or a
that.
deck. Or a deck. You need a
Okay.
deck.
We'll name
Okay.
one. We'll name
I
one
will
after
need a
you.
deck too.
I got a
will need one.
1,500 square foot deck and 10 acres to fence.
On your dick.
Let's go. On the what?
On your dick.
Hey, you said it. Come on up.
Holy shit.
You better get your pocketbook
You
out
gotta
for
go
that
out
wood
to
price
California,
right
though.
now.
No, it's coming down.
That's a bit
Yeah,
of
it's
a
coming
drive.
down quite a bit. It's
Because
doing
I
really
know
well.
we commented on the same thing because I was looking at futures for wood and stuff because we're building a house and a shop, all that stuff right now. And I'm like, I'm not building it right now. Yeah. But then, and you commented because I was like, I'm watching the futures. Like,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
hold off on this. I'm not going to spend $500,000 framing the shop. Like, I'm not going to.
Right.
So,
I think Steven should start a lumber company.
oh boy.
I was
Duncan's
just
wood.
about to say
Land.
is I
Duncan
might
D's wood.
be able to help you
Absolutely.
with lumber pricing, possibly. It's
Well, you have
worth,
to get a
it's
whole
worth
truck
looking
to
into
come
it.
out
We have kind of somebody on our core team
Yeah.
of my group
Look at
that's
this.
helped me
I
quite
like
a
it when
bit.
companies talk about their core.
We're making it happen
Dude,
in here.
That's how you know shit's happening.
Man, so real quick.
This goes back to the conversation we
my
missed
buddy
earlier.
My buddy Eddie at King's Custom Cabinetry that helped me
you all
start
about
the
the
manufacturing. Dude, I
The
gotta
most
mention him. He's
like
a
a NASCAR team.
fucking hero.
He's the guy.
And he has part of his team of people that he employs that has been assisting us with our plywood pricing since over a year ago, when it started to be even slightly forecasted that pricing might be an issue. And they have super duper saved the day on us. I mean, we pay quite a bit more, but it's not nearly as much as what a lot of people are struggling with. Really
Well, we've
bad.
seen almost no price increase in the Gately boxes. Like, in
That's
comparison to
good.
the lumber pricing, it
Yeah.
should be like...
Because he kept his prices high to
Is your,
begin with.
is your plywood
Hey,
starting
no,
to-
no.
His time's worth it. His
Yeah.
materials are worth
Okay,
it.
put the
Oh,
box in and test against some prefabs.
Right. Hey.
That's what it comes down to.
How is the
Kill it.
pricing coming down though?
Or-
Is the pricing settling back down? on
Right
plywood?
now on plywood, it's rocketing. It's a nightmare. It's terrifying, but we're still pretty secure with everything we have, and we are very carefully and smoothly moving down an avenue to save even more.
Big move.
With that.
Hell yeah.
It should be pretty amazing. So, but I got to have funds on hand to do that. So I'm really glad I didn't invest in some of the other things I thought about investing in. So I'm going to buy shitloads of
You
plywood
just gotta buy a lot.
because I'm going to buy it
Yeah.
cash money right now and not finance any of my
Yep.
shit in any way, shape, or form, so that it helps a lot. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's the biggest thing is because I've done pretty well with stacking all the money I can through all of this, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you need a whole bunch? I'm like, oh, good, I have most of a whole bunch.
Well, speaking of stacking, you're like the master of stack fab creations in general.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, you do some really beautiful
That
work.
was a
stack
smooth
fab
ass
wise.
transition.
That was
Yeah.
fantastic.
That was
I was
fucking
waiting for the word
solid,
stack.
man.
I was
Damn.
waiting for the word stack to happen.
Stack fab
Yeah.
and
stack.
plexiglass.
Yeah.
Yep. He's
Oh
the
yeah,
guy.
smooth plexiglass. You do your transitions are wonderful. You don't even see a line or nothing, dude.
I try really, really hard.
So I mentioned this in the previous recording that we lost, but I saw Bobby's work in a magazine when I was in high school. I was like 17. I was like 99. And I was like, this is incredible. You know, and I always remembered that. And then I freaking met the guy, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is the guy. I'm freaking meeting him.
Now, did you?
And then I got in a fist fight over you.
Yeah.
10 minutes later.
when
It
you-
was awesome.
When you met him, was that at Surf? And we
It
went
was
to
at
do-
Surf,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was your first time?
That was the first
Yeah.
time I ever met him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, now I got sound issues. What the fuck? All right, let's just keep going.
It was awesome. 'cause
Who's your
like,
fucking computer tech?
you know,
me?
like I was just getting
job.
into car audio and saw his work, and then it was like, man, so I'd make this business and I'd meet the guy, and I was like, it was so incredible.
Now you got a fancy box sitting on the floor of your office.
It's gonna go on my wall. It's gonna be amazing. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
we were supposed to put it in a Jetta, and that
I didn't want to do that because then I wouldn't get to look at it.
I made it too fucking good to go in the
Right.
Jetta.
Yeah, you make
It's worth more than the car.
It definitely is.
You,
You
ever
paid
drive,
more,
I haven't
wasn't
seen
it?
you drive the Jetta in months, dude. What's up?
I
with
bet
it?
if you had that fucking box in there, you'd drive it.
It's just parked
Correct.
right now with the battery charger. So I got my new truck.
Jay kind of just goes
never
through
gonna drive that
vehicles throughout time. He's just like, oh, I'm going to drive this one for a
I
couple
like
months.
collect vehicles. I have a problem.
What's the story with the box? Were you going to put it in the
I was going to put it in the Jetta, yeah, and he
He
made
had
it for
me
me
do
for
measurements for
Yeah,
Gately
so
to
just-
build the box. I was like, oh, this should fit. Never put it in there.
I just showed up one day and it was there.
I even did the install in the car and got it
Jacoby.
ready for it.
I'm gonna maybe I'll get you to make a wooden box that I'll put in there.
Just fucking
I mean, his
pick
wood box
one of
is
our
like-
regular ones and
Yeah.
plop it in there.
I'll buy one.
Don't
from
make
John.
it pretty.
Yeah,
Deal.
It's got to look like shit, so we just throw it in there.
we don't have any of those.
Regular ones?
The ones that look like shit.
Oh.
This is true.
I want it made out of black veneer board.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
fuck
we go
around.
old
I
school.
will. I'll fucking. I'll be like, I'm gonna make this the same way I made the
Okay.
first one I made for my boy Jason Polovich.
Yeah. Okay. You know how
Captain,
he has the
shout out.
1500 to 1515 of them coming out? You just make the 40th anniversary of Gately Audio
Oh, yeah.
black playboard box or whatever.
I'm thinking about doing a SAZ 3000 next year, but then I have to make 3,030 of them.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Maybe
Stick
just make
with the
300.
Oh.
and then charge a
Super
fuckload
exclusive.
for them. Yeah,
That wouldn't be as much fun though.
I mean, if you charge a shitload more for a very small quantity of them, that might be kind of fun.
But you know what? I just want people to have them.
I
I do.
know.
I really do.
Yeah.
I want them to have them.
They look solid, so I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna move
Yeah, they will.
eventually.
Everyone
pretty
does need to
exciting.
sell Sparked Innovations.
So we didn't get that far through Bobby's story. We got to the ghetto box stuff, and then we wanted to get the next stage of Bobby's
Yeah,
story.
we were talking about Bobby's beginnings. Bobby.
All right. So real quick, I'll do the abbreviated version of it. My friend Jason got a car, and his brother gave him a couple subs, and we went and talked to this dude about building him a box, and it was kind of dismal. The guy didn't literally look like he knew what he was doing, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I could do it, and I was wrong. And we went to Home Depot and we bought some shelf boards that were like 12 inches wide by 6 feet long, and we cut those up, and I built this sealed box for 2 Rockford Series 1 10s, and I glopped it with black silicone all over the place. And we had to let it cure for like 2 days because it was like still wet because it was so thick.
Half-inch thick.
Oh, it was thicker. It was like a spot where there was like a 1/4 inch gap, and I was like, we're just gonna fill that with silicone. And,
I did that shit with liquid nails when I was like 14.
Okay,
for
dead
sure.
ass.
That
There's a gap.
works good too.
The
There
first
you
box
go.
I ever built with a fucking, literally, I was like cutting the circles, and I'm like, I don't have money for a circular saw, so I'll just keep cutting the straight, like 50-inch long pieces with a jigsaw.
Yep.
And then I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to fill this.
You know, I cut straight with a jigsaw, but I
Not
would
when I was
would
14.
hold the. I did. I was
Okay.
pretty good.
But he had
That
half-inch
was a very
spaces to fill.
slow chug
The old
with
Black
the
and
jigsaw.
Decker
Yeah.
brown,
Yeah.
or what was it?
And I
Yellow.
fully stole my stepdad's jigsaw. I remember he asked for it probably like 24 fucking times before he went and bought himself a fucking new one. He was
up.
like, "Will you bring me my jigsaw so I could do this?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I'd be like, I'd walk by it, and like right there, and I'd just never bring it to him. It was such a piece of shit.
I can't cut straight at all, but I can cut a circle with a jigsaw like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
straight
he's
line.
pretty good.
The
I'm
first,
horrible at
the
circles.
first all acrylic speaker box that I built,
Don't say jigsaw.
100%.
Dude.
Stop.
Yeah,
Swear
I mean,
to
that's
fucking
everybody.
God.
Yeah,
But it
totally.
wasn't
Acrylic?
100% acrylic. It
Okay.
was like a
window?
wood frame structure,
Oh.
and it had 3 windows on it, and the inside was full of mirrors, and then I made cover panels to go around the outside.
That's totally
But
90s.
I cut
Yeah.
all of the cuts of 3/4 inch acrylic with a
Damn.
jigsaw, including the speaker, and it took like an hour for each 10-inch speaker hole cut out.
Bet.
It was for fucking ever.
So I see Steve Herman says, "What's up, guys?" and I see him through the crack of the door at the
So
same
he-
time.
Yeah. He really wants to be in
Yeah,
here.
he usually comes in, but it's kind of full in here at the moment.
Well, actually, me and Steven are actually about to leave. We have
Actually,
a dinner to go to.
Oh, yeah, don't
Well,
worry
shit.
about us. I'm not hungry. No, not a problem.
So you can take my spot. I'm not contributing anything.
Yeah, if you're just now coming in, we were recording a show, and we were probably a good 30, 40
Wow,
minutes
ladies
into
cooking.
it, and then my computer just
Let's have
crashed.
some thing
So
going.
we lost the footage, and now we're just doing a live stream.
So-
Fuck it.
Do we have to finish cockfighting
You do.
before
Yeah.
we move on to the...
That's where we
Cockfighting.
stopped. We're up to where we stopped now.
Help me out, John.
We're just
Oh,
having a good
hell
time.
No. Oh.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
I'll take a small.
Yes, it
swig
is,
of
Drew Jones.
That's all you right there.
Who? Drew Jones.
That's right. Who?
What are you doing? You don't got
can't
long enough
reach.
arms for that.
I know.
All right then.
Just go ahead. It's fine. Fuck.
Drinking out of the bottle.
Oh, you sketchy.
I kind of just wanted to get to Bobby. I just kind of want to get to like how you got to where you are today. Like what steps you had to take to become one of the masters in car audio. Yeah, just give us.
I
some
don't know.
good
I'm not really
highlight
that much of a
points.
master. I still
A
throw a
lot-
lot of things in the dumpster in
How-
the parking lot.
What does
lot
it feel
of-
like to hear that?
I mean, it's pretty cool, but
Bobby knows
but
he's
I
a
feel
master.
really silly when
I understand
I
you're
mean,
humble about it, but it's the truth. You know?
okay.
People
I
know who
appreciate
you
it.
are because of what you do.
I feel more like he's an innovator. Like you just
sir?
do things that are different than
Yeah.
everyone else.
A lot of people look
He's
up
willing
to
to
you
be
and look at your work.
uncomfortable. That's
Yeah.
the thing about him. In my opinion, you have to be uncomfortable to be on. Get
if
where
I'm
Bobby's
not doing
got.
some weird shit that makes everybody else around me uncomfortable,
That happens a lot.
then
If you go
I'm
camping with him, you'll know.
usually most comfortable.
I'm so
like if
excited
everybody's
for Sky
like
High barbecue now.
cringing
Dude,
and all
be
fucked
there.
up around me, I'm having a good ass
Yeah.
time.
Or at least come camping with us. Like you don't even have to come to the
I will
barbecue.
come.
Yeah.
You can be in Bobby and my car when we smash into a razor at
Oh
3 in
my-
the morning.
Dude, I
so
was
pulling
so
Dude,
I was so
So-
fucking drunk. We make a head-on collision. I'm like, did he just turn his lights on?
literally, we're
That-
on the
and
brakes
that
for
guy-
like 60 feet sliding, and this dude's like not on the brakes, and I'm like, this dude's gonna smash us, dude. Right into each other, and then click, 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 all the lights come on, and we're like, Bobby's like, did the lights just come on? I'm like, I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
We climb out. The dude gets
We're
out
not
and
even
falls
damaged
on the
at all.
ground. He's so drunk, and I'm like, that guy's more drunk than me, and I was real fucking drunk. And then we're looking at his buggy, and it is fucking total.
My bumper is through his radiator and through his intercooler. And
Wow.
I'm like, we back out, and I'm like, oh, we're good.
And we pop the ball back
Yeah,
in.
so it has a clevis, like a ball and hook on the tie rod, which is now actually a bolt because I
Yeah.
changed it all. We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
like custom pieces machined. Anyways, it's like a ball and a hook. So we took the one tie rod and hit the other side with the razor
With
on the
a-
other side.
With a fucking man holding,
Yeah.
and then
we hit
another
the other
razor
tire.
crashing it with another one right there.
That guy was ballsy. Right?
That was
so
some
they
hog
clipped back
ball
together,
shit.
and we're like, we're out of here.
Yeah, and then
And
we
this
went.
dude's
and
like fully leaking coolant. Like his
he drove
intercooler's
off in
done.
it though. He drove.
No. Yeah.
Like and
Blown
then
head gasket by
he's
camp.
just done. But yeah.
You can come for that or the barbecue. Okay, go back to
coming
your
for
story
all of it.
before
This
he has
sounds
to
like a
redirect us
blast.
again.
It's all right.
It's like herding goldfish up in
Right. you can't do that.
here. Yeah. Or cats.
That ain't
Cats.
happening.
So
Herding cats.
I mean, a lot of times
Herding
what
pussy.
I do is
Okay, you said it.
I don't like to copycat from anything, but I like to extrapolate from things that other people have done.
Yeah.
And gone, that's a fucking beautiful technique, and I like to make sure that I give my inspiration credit. You know, Daniel Powell, when he built Old Silver and he did all that plywood stack fab, I was fucking blown away.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is fucking beautiful. And then I went, I want to build a box kind of like that. And so
Okay, I have a van. We need to do the whole inside like that. Just if my 65 projects that you already have lined up is not enough, we need to do that too.
yeah.
Thanks. Put it on the books.
Okie dokie. So I built the one box. It was about 4 years ago. And I used nothing but a grinder to shape it.
Right.
And I had
That's a long
built
time.
that big block of speaker box in the way I did with the intention of grinding it and shaping it back as much as I did. And it was very bubbly and three-dimensional plywood.
Kind of like how you
shaping.
would do foam before you would fiberglass something, right? You grind
Well, so
it out.
so one of my previous careers is I was a mold builder at a fiberglass factory.
Yeah.
And so we would shape foam and because of all my experience doing, car audio style fiberglass work, I built a mold. First I made the plug, and then you make a mold, right? A plug is like a version of the part.
Yep.
And then you make the mold, and then you pull parts out of it, right? So I built a plug for an outhouse.
Awesome.
A full size outhouse,
all
and it was
sorts of
like
shitters
oversized,
going on.
extra big shitter outhouse. And
Shitter's full.
I stretched that. I made the structure out of 2x4s and MDF, and I stretched it with grill cloth, and we shot it with gel coat, and all the fucking fiberglass fabricators and the mold builder and the engineer from the composites company, they were like, I've never seen anything like that before ever. I'm like, look up what car
That's a
audio
fan-
guys do.
That's a hell
This is
of a shitter.
It's a pretty normal thing, but it was beautiful. The shapes and the contours and the way that the whole thing went. It wasn't a big lumpy mess. The way that, I mean, you got to be really, really good to shape foam and make it perfect. Imagine how good of a body man you would have to be to
Yeah.
actually make an outhouse shaped perfectly flat and smooth. It'd be harder than a car. So you'd have a $100,000 shaped freaking shitter.
Shitter.
Yeah,
Check
but
It's like
I was able to provide this
starting to dry.
with
Yeah,
a week's
not
worth
gonna
of
be cured
work,
for
That's
like-
awesome.
and
when it- when it's
$15,000 is probably what
stable,
they
then you can mount
So
Yeah.
anyway, but I did quite a bit of shaping of foam pieces and wood pieces.
Yeah.
And there were certain things that I would shape out of stacked MDF in my plug assemblies. I mostly was proficient in making really accurate plugs. My best
We'll be right back.
contribution to the fiberglass manufacturing company that I worked at was probably my mold building. As far as dexterity
Yeah.
and skill set, I built their website.
Made it
and
good
I
enough for
did
other
all
people
sorts of
to be able to work off of
photography,
it.
and I did Photoshop, and I did all kinds of shit for them. That was also a value, but that was really
You're building the negatives for everybody else to work off of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then they were able to reuse those plugs because the way I'd build them so incredibly sturdy that they would store them in a mold and then they could be reused to make more molds because certain
Yeah, it's
things.
not a 5-time use. It's a indefinite.
The plug can be made likely to make 20 or 40 molds, and each mold is probably good for 100 parts or more, depending on the expense level that you go to with your mold making process. So sometimes we'd spend 2 weeks making a mold.
All depends on how good the worker is.
Well, the dexterity of the technicians, and man, I saw some amazing stuff with some of the technicians at the fiberglass.
Yeah, I had a little bit
plant
of
where you really
experience
learn.
working with molds. I used to do. I used to work on. I used to fiberglass mini power boats.
Okay.
So you would work off of a mold, and if you didn't gel coat properly, or actually before you even gel coat, you have to do your wax.
Yeah.
You got to do this, got to do that. If you don't do that properly, you'll fuck the mold up.
You'll ruin the mold.
So it
and
all
be
depends on
fucking-
how many times you can pull from that mold depends on the worker and how good they are at doing it.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
But you're the one who made
Repairing-
the mold.
I made the plug that made the mold.
That's cool.
Yeah. The mold.
Oh, Bobby, are you a size A3 in a GI?
I don't know what that is.
I'm an A1 in a gi. Yeah, I'm a little guy. I'm 5'5" and about 170 pounds is about
He's
my
as big as
ideal
my
weight.
2.5-year-old.
So Bobby,
Fair.
do you still grind every box like by hand independently?
No. I design tool paths in Fusion 360 software.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, that
no,
saves
you know what
time.
I do that really blows people's mind. Like machinist guys all over, like, you do fucking what?
Yeah.
I use 3 or 4 different angled cutters that come in. Nope, no ramping. I follow like a direct tool path lap around it with 4
Oh.
different angled cutters.
So you're not doing it sheet by sheet. You're doing it one whole. They're already stacked, but you got a machine.
No. When we're talking about like a big stack fab that
Yeah.
you see that like
A
some of the
one-off thing,
parts-
he's still
yeah,
doing it
one-off.
by hand.
I'm still shaping it by hand.
It's
Gotcha.
not worth the
Yeah.
design time to
But like Steve,
and mistakes.
his enclosure in his
Do you mind
truck.
if I interject?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Go ahead. Jump in.
You touch on something.
Mm-hmm.
Car audio guys, especially you, what you're talking about right now, the disciplines, and if you talk about trades, electrician, plumber, carpentry, fiberglass, steel, all this stuff that comes for a master car audio person that has all these skills all together in one, and you're displaying all that in your product.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like here's like
It's
a
I'm just so impressed.
laundry
Like-
list of skill sets and dexterity. It's kind of I sound like I'm gonna fucking toot the shit out of my own horn, but fuck it. I'm
Do it. Do it.
certified composites technician from when I worked at the fiberglass plant. I was an electronics technician when I was a service engineer for a biotech company. When I was younger, I was a carpenter and I built houses.
Bobby's smart as shit. Don't let him fool you.
Why would you buy
That's all-
an
that's all
enclosure
I'm
from
hearing.
someone else when you got?
Well, because they're a lot less expensive, and sometimes it fits the needs just right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, if here's a really good example. If somebody goes, I have this, regular size trunk, I'm on a relatively limited budget, I want something that's going to perform extremely well and not be terribly expensive. If they go and grab one of JP's, like, budget banger loaded with a couple of SAs, I can't fucking beat that price.
You can't beat that, but
Right.
here's the thing: a machinist makes $100,000 plus a year.
All right. Well,
You are a machinist plus 10 other
right.
disciplines.
Yeah, and I
That's why he's making millions.
no, I'm
He's
definitely not
not-
making fucking
not
millions.
making enough.
Not making
Hey, when there's 2
millions.
commas.
But yeah. I don't
All
have 2
them
fucking
zeros.
commas.
How
Hey,
we-
do
how
my
we-
65 vehicles that we need to get built.
Yeah.
How do we get to 2 commas?
I mean, I don't know.
Bullshit.
Just do the work that John needs, and he'll get the 2 commas.
Hey,
Yeah.
when you get that second comma,
Yeah.
and
That'll
then
be
that
kinda
second
cool.
digit in
Hopefully
front
I
of the
get that-
second comma, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, the second digit in front of the second comma.
That's
That'd
a
be
big
really
one.
fucking handy. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, this is second comma would be pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, I'd be
Gonna be
pretty
real.
stoked to have that and put the money in a big ass stack. I'm old. I need to start
It
making
sounds
more money
fun from
fast.
the outside, but there's no stack. It
Yeah.
just gets reinvested.
No. Like right when I
It's the
think I
same
have a
thing.
stack, all of a sudden it's like you have to buy $180,000 in lumber. Fuck! I don't have $180,000 in lumber. John, you want to buy some boxes? And he's like, duh. And I'm like, okay, good. Here's boxes. Give me some money.
So you got a shop in Sacramento, right?
I do.
And you do you do standard installs or just,
No,
or is
we
it-
do not do standard installation.
They're only 15 minutes away.
It's I have Arden Audio, who's one of our dealers.
right? They're a big dealer for us.
They are.
Yeah.
They're usually
take
who
care.
I get your product from.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
I got you, boy.
Yeah, we gotta go to the E for us.
So you
Jacob,
guys never had your beer chugging contest.
Well, we'll have to do it again at the next Sky High Barbecue this year.
Ooh, boy. Let's do it.
Oh, you having a second one?
I'm gonna have like 3 a year.
We should do one like spring, summer, spring,
I want to do
fall,
one
blah,
summer,
whatever. There's
yeah, and 2 in the
seasons.
reasonable weather.
yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
can't sweat.
We definitely have to come out to one of those
Let's do it.
Yeah.
for sure.
You guys can set up a booth, whatever. It's all.
Definitely.
Easy
We've been
peasy.
talking about. I think it interferes with another show that we generally go to. I can't remember.
If I have 3 a year, it doesn't.
Okay, well that's
No
true.
excuses.
That is true.
Oh, you took that? Oh my God! You didn't even cheers me.
Oh,
Woo!
and that's some rough shit. I think we just bought it for the name of the.
Yeah,
the
I
bottle.
saw it. I saw it, and I had to buy it.
Yeah, we usually have some different stuff here.
Mike Young and Rob Webster both sent me a bottle of Crown.
I heard. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
real nice. I hate that Rob's not here.
Yeah, I miss Rob.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. So Gately, so you have a shop in Sacramento,
Yes, sir.
and do you focus more on enclosures in general, or do you
Oh,
do
the
installs?
box
or?
manufacturing is the primary function. We do some installs. Thankfully, my technician Colt manages most of that. I do the design work on the builds, and Colt builds everything. I have another technician, Tyson, that is a good installer, but he's really like one of our most versatile guys in that he will spend a lot of time building boxes and also helping Colt with installs. So Tyson's kind of a hero with regards to that. Colt is like my main dude. When I'm not there and they come across an obstacle with
Which is never. Bobby works like 100
7 days
hours a week.
Yeah.
Easy, 100 hours a week. I'm at the shop. I get to the shop somewhere between like 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. every day. 3 or 4 days a week, I'll leave for a couple hours and go train jiu-jitsu, but I come back and I'm usually
Still
there
doing
until
jiu-jitsu.
9,
Nice.
10 o'clock at night, like pretty much every night. It's they're long days. I mean, it's even though I'm 30 years into my career, it's the manufacturing boxes and having our own subwoofers. This shit's all brand new, and I have to treat it as
You're always
a
learning.
new business.
Yeah.
And I
There's no
you have to
blueprint to what
invest.
he's doing is the thing. Like, there's nobody's telling Bobby, do this, that, and he's doing this, and it's like, it might be a fail. And you're like, oh, shit. Now, I either take a step back, and I'm like, I don't do that anymore, or you take that step, and you're like, okay, I learned from that failure, and now I need to move. And he's done that for 30 years, is the testament to him. And I don't brag on people a lot, but Bobby's older.
When did you get involved with Bobby?
I think I bought a couple. I went to buy a box for a truck that I bought in. The truck was a 2017, so call it 2017 or 18. And I'm like, dude, I really need a box. I want to just do like a regular install. I'm going to be an adult about this.
Right.
Not do like a big walkthrough in my like daily. And then so Bobby's like, what if you bought like 5 or I don't remember 3 or something.
I think I said 6. I gave you 5 because I
Yeah.
threw one of them away because I fucked it up so bad.
Yeah, and Bobby's like, dude, what if you buy like a couple? And I'm like, okay, what happens to the price? And he's like, he took $200 off or whatever a box. I'm like, all right, cool, deal, let's do it. And so I put the box in my truck with some adapters and like some cheap speakers in there, and it was a 4/8 box, but I put 6.5 in it. Like I don't know why. It was weird.
Well, because it was the new product you had,
Yeah.
and
okay. Yeah.
and then you used
You were
the other
showing
new
something
product
you
you had. And
sold.
you had an amp that big.
Yep, yeah.
It was amp. I was like,
400
dude, your
watt amp.
amp's the size of your wallet,
Yeah.
and he had
Right.
4 6.5s.
Yeah, we were just dicking off essentially, and dude, it pounded, and I'm like, damn, dude, this could be like a thing. And I think Bobby was like, what if we did like
regular
production boxes like
Yeah.
normal stuff? And I'm like, I don't want to sell. I'm not into really like cutting the corner. I want to sell high-end product. I only want to sell what I sell. That's why we don't carry 55 brands. Like we could pick up
Yeah.
bigger brands and do more stuff, and be $100 million next year. Whatever.
It's
But
a lot more work.
It's a lot more work, and I enjoy what we do with like the little niche market. And like Bobby's boxes are like this of the cardio box market, but that
Right.
I won't sell another box. That's what I want to sell. I want to sell the best of the best.
You don't do any prefabs or anything? You
Nope.
just Sweet.
We literally sell Bobby boxes. That's it.
I
Awesome.
mean, well, they're kind of prefab. We call them production.
right.
People
But
say they're
essentially-
prefab online.
But it's
Yeah.
prefab.
I'm talking about like a
I mean-
trend. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like the baller prefab. They're the prefab. So like that's what I want to do, and so that's why we got involved with Bobby. And it's like they're the best of the best in my opinion, and we know car audio. Like I'm not about cutting a corner. I don't want to cut a corner. I never want to do that. Like we build the cars, we do the stuff, and Bobby's the best that there is in my opinion. And that's kind of he and I meet eye to eye so well on the don't cut the corner. And he's
It
like,
doesn't
"Dude,
hurt that you're not that far either.
No,
It's a couple hours.
that
it's
helps
almost
a lot.
undoable if we're not right there because Bobby drops all the boxes off.
Yeah, imagine
personally
shipping
to us.
those. Good
Oh,
Lord.
it's impossible.
Yeah.
So it made our relationship a lot easier that we see eye to eye on that, and essentially everything.
Yeah, we've
We're
looked
pretty similar
into
people.
we've looked into having boxes built overseas and then shipped to us, and just the cost.
The cubic footage to
it's so much
ship 'em.
volume.
Yeah.
You know,
And the
it
import
just
costs
kills,
have raised so much recently. And
God,
all
Jake,
the
can you imagine now with the container prices
Oh,
trying to get
dude.
boxes
It'd
in?
be awful.
No,
It'd be
we
awful.
couldn't do
it's
it.
impossible. And so Bobby's an awesome option for that. And yeah, cool, they're expensive. That's everyone's like, I don't want a Bobby box. They're too expensive. Don't buy it.
No, single baffle, bro.
They're single baffle. They're gonna break. Like,
Buy a shitty box 5 times then.
Right.
exactly.
I have customers that go, I'm never buying anything else ever again because I've had dozens of stupid, it's just a box, right? Boxes. Now I get it.
Right.
And
They make a huge difference in
Yeah.
so many
Well,
Box
classes.
is
it's a
almost
subwoofer
everything.
system. The box is an equal partner here.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yep. So that's where our relationship was really easy, and it's no pressure, no stress, and we sell them like as fast or faster sometimes than Bobby can build them.
We understand that.
And so we're growing. The market's crazy right now, obviously, and
It's crazy.
with all the raw materials and lumber and all the weird stuff that's going on. Everyone's in our little field has navigated it really well as far as like Bobby, and we're trying to navigate it, and you guys are trying to navigate it. It's crazy.
It's a tough time. It's wild. It's the Wild West right now.
Dude,
car
it's
audio
wild,
in a lot of things, honestly.
It's hard to be in business right now, and Bobby's navigated it really well. And I want to say that we've worked together to bounce ideas off each other and navigate it really well, and it makes our relationship really easy.
Bobby, do you have any other dealers that you deal with in general for your products?
I have 2 dealers that buy direct from me. Otherwise, all the rest of the dealers buy from Jon, and I refer them all to deal with Jon. So,
Bobby's my biggest box dealer.
Right.
so dealing with people, I'm pretty good.
That fighting cock's hitting you, right?
No,
Well,
no,
you
it's
finished
more
the
of like
bottle.
it's more of like a how do I not sound like a fucking
No,
super
so-
dickhead? I don't
send
like
it.
We
I don't like I
understand.
like people, but I don't like people that are in business mode.
Yeah.
Jon and I are never in business mode. We're always a couple of buddies bullshitting and discussing things. And
We
when
can
we're
discuss 7-figure deals and drink beer and dick off and have fun.
We get that. We understand.
and
Especially you,
there's never any like I'm the one with the money.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
When people
Yeah.
There's
when
no
people
big dick
when people
complex.
flex like that, I don't like that shit at all.
We get-
so if we want to go all the way back. I grew up in a relatively rough area in Milpitas for a large portion of my young life, and when people acted like that, they got beat up, and I'm more familiar with that. And when people act like that now, my mind kind of gets a little bit like, fuck this guy, I don't like him. And I've never once ever had any conversation resembling that at all with Jon and many other people I do business with, and people that
Well, you get to the
I
point in your
have
life where
had
you're like,
that.
well, I don't have to deal with this guy. You just have to have that
Even,
mindset. I
you
don't
know,
have to deal with this person.
I might have, and here you go. I very likely could have had a lot more success in the early stages of my career had I been more able to deal with that type of thing.
Right.
Thankfully, I have still been able to have a very good success rate,
Right.
and been able to stick with my career in car audio. And had a couple moments where I've had to decide to take a job. That's why I went and worked at the fiberglass plant.
Right.
It was an awesome job. My bosses were great. It was a beautiful place to work, and they took very good care of me.
Well, not only that, you
But
didn't have to give up your integrity to do
I didn't
it.
have to give up my integrity.
That's
now,
important.
some people don't think that it's a compromise in their integrity, and good for them. But if you get punked by somebody because they're the money man,
Yeah.
then that you're not my kind of guy, and that's okay if you're not. But
We-
just stay
we-
the fuck
we get
away
that.
from me, and that would be cool because you're not going to get along with me because I'm going to give you advice that says tell that guy to fuck himself and be hungry.
So
if
as
you
a
have to.
manufacturer, we get that in our own little way, and Donnie can
Oh
contest this.
God, yeah.
We'll get somebody, let's say, for instance, in Sacramento. Ardent Audio's out there, right? Let's say Joe Schmo down the road who's got 40 grand to put down. He's like, I want to be a dealer. I got all this money. I'm going to spend it right now. We say no because we already have a dealer in the area. We're like, well, I got all this money. I'm ready to spend this right now. Why can't I get your silver pricing? Why can't I get your gold pricing? It's like, dude,
Happens
you haven't even
all
given
the
us.
time.
We don't even have a
All
rapport
the
yet.
time.
we how are you going to be like that?
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
get
as soon
let's
as you
get
say
a
yes,
rapport.
they're like, "Oh, we have 10,000 now."
Yeah, exactly.
thing that happens.
Or they just fucking ghost you because
Yep.
you've given them their price,
Yep.
the price
and
sheet.
then they
Like,
go to
"Eh."
your dealer and like, "Hey, so they said,"
I
and you
remember-
look stupid as shit, and you didn't sell anything to them. It's like, oh, never mind.
I remember the first
I don't wanna
time
waste
that
my time.
happened to me was we had a really good dealer who just made so they worked and got to that level. There was a dealer not far from them. I'm not going to say where, and they did that power play with me. They're like, "Well, I'm going to spend this much right now. You look me up online, all this stuff." And I was like, okay, I was like, I have a feeling. All right, here you go. There's the pricing. Still have not heard back from them.
Damn,
That's one thing.
I have
but-
their information. If I ever hear from these fuckers again, it's over, dude. I'm gonna lose my mind.
So the angle with that, right, is if you have a dealer that has, by contract, their area or their piece of the market,
Yep.
and you even begin to open up the door to considering bringing somebody else that's infringing on that contract you've made with that dealer, right? Even giving them a price list is a little bit of a slap in the face
Yeah.
to your dealer.
Correct.
So when it comes to Sundown, I have customers that come in the door of my shop. I literally make boxes that are designed for Sundown subwoofers. And, and I say it, I advertise it. These are engineered specifically for these Sundown woofers, these DC woofers, these B2 audio woofers, these Gately audio subwoofers. And when I get customers that are like, "Can you get me the Sundowns?" I go, "Yes, I can." And they're like, "Cool." I could probably jump through a bunch of hoops and acquire the Sundown product from Sundown, but I have a local dealer that's a high volume dealer.
Thank you very much, Scott.
And
Thank you.
I just go ahead and I just purchase the product through them at whatever price rate they want to give me the product at. Thankfully, I have an amazing relationship with them.
Yeah.
And they give me a pretty good deal, but even when it's not that great of a deal, I sure as hell don't argue it at all because I just assume either for some reason on that particular product they're going to be either low on inventory and they want to make sure they make a reasonable amount on that particular
Especially
product.
right now, you have to make something. If you can have the product, you got the money.
Yeah. And then or if for some reason to even have it in their hands, they paid a premium in the first place, or if they know that it's coming, that they have to pay a premium the next time around. That they're preparing for that.
A price
and so
increase
I
or
don't
whatever.
even begin to question at all why it might be more this time rather than last time or anything else.
Get it.
If they're the primary dealer of Sundown product in that area, I want to support them the best I can. I want to help them sell and advertise the product that they're selling. I want to help them move the product that they're selling because they make it easy on me when somebody says, "I've heard your box in my buddy's Chevy truck with 4 Sundown X8s and a 5,000 watt amplifier, and it blew away my buddy's 215s in the back of his Tahoe, and I have to have that exact setup."
Yeah.
And I make one phone call to Dia at Ardent Audio, and I go, "Hey, buddy, you got 4 X8s and a Salt 4K for me?" And he goes, "Yep." And I go, "Sweet, I'm going to come down there and pick it up." And if
Sweet.
I'm lucky, I'll drop off a bunch of boxes and he'll train me,
There you go.
and it works out really
That's
good.
awesome.
And
Dia is great.
Dia is great.
Yeah.
They're good
Have you
peoples over
ever
there.
have you met him in person?
No.
He's my
just talking on the
favorite
phone.
retailer that exists on planet
Ever, ever.
Like-
If you go into his shop, you walk in there and he has nightshades and he has
All
like
of them
B2
out. Just,
Rampage,
all of it.
DC level 6, and he has like the big ridiculous Orions and
Yeah, for
and
a
all
retailer,
of the stuff. Like you've
there's shit
never,
everywhere.
and you're like,
That's
I
awesome.
can't even believe. Look, he's got a 400-pound subs sitting on his counter. He's got a 2x4 wedged under the counter to support that stupid woofer.
Yeah.
The thing about Dia that I love is he orders with like no worry. He just knows that he'll sell it, and he orders from you. He orders from you. He orders from me. Everybody knows who he is, and it's just, dude. It's just, dude.
Yeah.
Dude's
get
a
it.
businessman for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, he fucking.
But he
balls.
is
Really
is
cool,
fun to
dude.
deal with over the phone.
And
yeah.
he's not a problem. He's not a whiny customer. He's
No.
not a.
Good lord.
No, I can attest to that. I
He's
can
like
attest
we
to
one
that.
of
have some
two-
dealers.
No,
Whatever.
I
We're not even
took-
gonna get into
when
it.
I took over the dealer accounts, I
But
took
yes.
over Dia's
Okay, did you
account,
email me
and-
back a couple months ago? You're in deep shit.
What?
I'm gonna pull it.
But
Dia-
Dia's great dude.
Yeah.
He had never
We
had a
have some
problem. He's
dealers that are
always been
very easy
super.
to deal with.
I
and He's
think-
one of them.
Like if Bobby's a
Takes the
retailer,
headache away for sure.
Dia's a retailer. There's two people that have my cell phone number. And like that's it.
Yeah.
And then it's like friends or employees or whatever, you know.
And Dia will
Dia don't
sexual
bug.
harass like no other. Like,
That's awesome.
oh my god, yeah. I've
we
had
don't
some-
know him that well.
Okay,
next,
same.
next time you talk to him,
We
just,
just- we
say
just
some
harass his
dirty,
bank
say the
account.
dirtiest shit to him you can.
But
It's
see, I
so
can't
funny.
imagine that because he's so soft spoken, like on the phone when I'm
Yeah.
talking to him, so
Yeah,
soft spoken
yeah.
that I can't imagine.
We-
Talk about the fighting cock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
Or
okay.
something
Let
like
me
that.
No,
just
just
point this out.
that's what I want you to say. That's what I want to tell him. I want you to be like, Dia, I want to have a cockfight with you, and he'll be like, motherfucker, the cockfight, motherfucker.
Dia owes you like
It
a
is
10K
so big.
order for this.
yeah.
Yeah,
This
oh,
is the
for sure.
most shout outs ever.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, for sure.
Art
But
and audio.
he
Sacramento.
is hysterical.
Dude, man.
If you're trying to get paid from him though, and you're standing there with him in person, you'd be following him around. He's on the phone, pacing
Yeah.
around. You're like, Dia, you need to pay me. I need to leave, bro. You gotta go. Come on.
Ding,
And,
ding, ding.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
And he's like, shit. Customer shows up. He's standing there talking to him, and I'm like, hold on a minute. I'm sorry. You need to pay me. I gotta go. Like, are you gonna give him some money right now? Is it cash? Cool, because I'm gonna need you to hurry up and do that because I gotta go.
Let me get my commish.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's funny.
So he gets sky high stuff from you.
Yeah.
Which one? You guys?
He's our biggest retailer in the
We
world.
haven't even really got into what you make, the products that you actually produce, not just so much what you sell, but you,
Yep.
you know, wires, accessories. That's
Yep.
your big thing. That's how you started, right?
Yep. So, you want to start from the
Yeah.
beginning?
Well, go for it.
Okay.
He was
I
a
don't know how
fat
much
kid.
time.
I'm a fat
who,
kid.
Who knows? Who knows when another camera's gonna go out? So let's get your story out
Yep.
there.
So, much like Bobby in the beginning, I was in it for myself, and I was building boxes for myself, and I was playing with, Kicker and, all the entry-level stuff, and me and my friend Jeff, who literally still works for me now, 15 years later, he and I were, like, building stereos, and we were like, dude, we were killing it. 210s, truck box. Not Bobby truck box, but it was like some sealed bullshit.
You thought it was
with-
a shit though.
Oh, God,
yeah.
dude, I was killing
No, it probably was
It
the
was,
shit.
yeah.
Was the
Kicker
shit.
CVR, Power Acoustics 2400 watt, 600 watt amp, and 8 gauge to it, and pillow stuffing in the sealed box. Like, we were killing it at the time.
Probably sounded great.
No, I'm probably not, but
Nah, it's all right.
we were killing it. I was like, 16. I just got my first car. I'm like, dude, I'm balling, and I moved. I got a football scholarship. I moved to Reno from LA. And then I was like, shit, I know about car audio. I can do installs and stuff. So the people on the football team, I was like, I'll do some installs for you. Just grab your own product, bring it to me, fucking charge you $100, whatever. And we were on a football stipend. You're not making a ton of money here, but you're going to school for free, whatever. You have your $900 a month and rent $600. So you need to supplement that somehow. So I'm doing installs at, I'll do 5 a day at $100 a day on the weekends and shit. And then I'm like, well, maybe I can make money on this product. So I was telling Bobby this story earlier. There's a whole district in LA called the Audio District. Like they have like the
It's a whole
fashion
road,
district.
right?
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I heard
so
about
it's crazy as shit. There's 30 audio distributors, mom and pops. And you're walking down the street and you just find the person that you like the most or whatever.
that. They're all. It's like they're hustling out
Yeah,
there.
no,
right?
yeah, they're hustling. There's people on the street, they're trying to talk to you, and I'm like literally 18 and a half, and I'm literally barely made it into college.
18 and a half.
Dude, no.
18 and this many.
Because I didn't grow up in a hard part of town. Like, my parents were overall pretty well off, honestly. And, you know, like, they bought me my first car, and I was doing good in school, and I had football scholarships, I had track scholarships, I had all this stuff, and I went to college, and I'm just trying to make it on my own without asking mommy and daddy for, you know, a couple $100 a month to try to
prove yourself.
buy beer, essentially. Oh, no.
Not in here, no.
There's more out there, though.
Oh, no. He got 2 bottles.
I saw him.
He's probably drinking it without you.
I bet he is.
You know, his
But,
wife probably called him. Was what's up?
Oh.
Anyway, keep going.
So I'm doing installs on the weekend. I'm like, shit, they're bringing me the product. What if I can find the product? And so I was talking to my friend Jeff, who I already talked about was helping me in the beginning. I'm like, hey, go down to the audio district and see what I can buy, like this common stuff, you know, what I can buy. And I'm like, shit, I can make, you know, 10, 15, 20% at the time. I'm like, oh, I'm balling. And so I brought some product into this house that I bought on a first home buyer loan in like 2009, right after the crash. And I bought this house, and my parents helped me and co-signed, and I was like renting the rooms. I'm like, cool, I'm living for free.
That's like the smartest shit you ever did.
Okay, so we can talk about the real estate stuff. I'm still profiting from
No,
the
I
real
know.
estate
I'm aware.
right now. Like, I'm waiting for that check
That's how
to
you
come
do
in.
it.
Yeah.
Dude,
for
yeah.
sure. Like any
You
day.
gotta have multiple baskets.
He's
Dude.
about to live in a fucking trailer, though.
I'm
But
literally about to live in a trailer
In a
with
trailer,
a $20
with a-
million a year business
Yeah.
and $50 million a year in other businesses. And I'm going to live in a trailer, though. So
in a
thank God my wife's
GTR and a
baller.
2021.
Whatever floats your boat.
I was literally talking to Amanda. We were looking at the place we were going to put our trailer down the street from our lot while we build our house. And I'm like, imagine me pulling up in like a $200,000 truck that
Well,
I'm
you
about
got
to...
a Skyline, a GTR.
Okay, yes, I'm going to drive my $200,000 truck, and she's
Yeah.
going to drive her fucking bagged wide body, $30,000 wide body GTR 880 wheel, like all this, to a trailer park.
Hell yeah.
Imagine just balling out and like she's like
The Sunnyvale Trailer Park.
dude. Yeah, and we're gonna live in this $50,000 trailer while we drive 500,000 in cars to the trailer. Yeah, it's baller. We're balling, way balling.
Well, hold on. We're trying to get to the point where you got to that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
So I drove.
Watch me start the tangent.
So my sister got deployed to Korea, and her and her husband are military, and they got deployed, and they had this little trailer. And my parents are like, well, they moved all their stuff, and my parents were watching their kids because they got this.
We understand. Family
Anyways,
issues.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not issues. It's just the military was like, you deploy for 18 months each individually,
Jesus.
or 12 months together. And
So they
they're
did 12
like,
months together.
so they did 12 months
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
They moved from Washington D.C. And my parents watched the kids, and they had all these trucks. I'm like, dude, can I borrow your trailer? Because I went to L.A. with my truck, and I'm like, let me borrow your trailer. And I went to the audio district. I filled the whole trailer full of stuff, and I drove it to L.A. Or I drove it to Reno from L.A. And I'm like, cool, now I got stock. And so I started selling that, and I'm like, shit, I need audio accessories. And so I picked up a company called Bulls Audio.
All right.
Big time. So then I started looking online. I'm like, shit, I can make like $2 a fuse holder. So I started selling it on there.
Right.
I'm like, it costs me, $2. I make $2. I'm doubling my money. Shit, I can sell 20 a month. It's $40. And there's 500 products that I can sell.
Oh yeah, I got the in my office. Go
And
in,
so,
turn left the shelf. There's
my
a bottle
first-
of Crown Black.
Oh God. So my first year of selling stuff, I wasn't in the
Sorry.
best. I wasn't in the best relationship with my parents. Like,
Right.
we were okay.
How
but,
old were you?
18.
Oh,
19.
there you go.
So yeah, and I was living on
Yeah.
my own, and I didn't need their shit. you know?
Right.
Right.
So I don't need you guys.
Yeah, my mom is a pretty successful doctor, and not doctor actually. She's a nurse. So let me just. Anyway, she
You could've
runs
said doctor. Nobody would have known.
Yeah, they would know. I don't like the bullshit. So she's a 30-year nurse. She ran the biggest hospital for labor and delivery in California. My dad is a business owner, been his own boss since 65. So I have this, and my dad always, told me about running businesses and taking money and doing taxes, and I got that advantage from them.
Right.
And so I wasn't in a really great relationship. Like, literally, we were not on good terms. And I
Because
was
you were
a fuck off.
fuck off
rebellious
doing car
teenager.
audio.
I drank too much. Okay, yes. And
You did drink too much?
I
he
drank
needs to
way
come in
too
here.
much.
You
No,
did?
you don't want him in here.
I want Y base.
Okay, Y base, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mikhail, he gotta go.
Oh, you
You
come
gotta
on
go.
in.
Y base only, thanks.
You guys come on in.
What's up, gentlemen?
Here, come here.
Hey, we got Y base in here. Mikkel,
What's up, man?
what's going on, guys?
How are you?
Good.
So just to we'll get back to you. Hold on. So here's what happened, guys. We were recording a show. I had a camera.
Oh.
I had a camera go out, I had a camera go out, so now we're just live. Fuck
Okay,
it.
man.
We're just having some fun. Yeah.
So we're live. I gotta be careful not to say anything really, really fucked up.
I can't. Yeah, I can't block anything out on this. I can't edit this one.
Yep. My guys, thank God you're here.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby.
My wife's biggest fans.
We had a good time now.
Yeah. Not that kind of good time.
Oh, well, yes.
Okay, whatever you want to say. Fine.
All right, back to John's story.
Okay. Anyways, we're not on the best terms with my parents. I'm living in this house. I'm trying to make it. I'm like, hey, Dad, can you help me out with my taxes? And he's like, why don't you stop fucking off with that car audio shit, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well,
You
let
got
me...
good enough with your car audio.
Okay, so my
Every
dad...
time I pour one of these cups, I'm gonna make it a little bit
My dad
deeper,
is a truck-
so everybody just gets
truck driver.
stronger
Yeah.
and stronger.
He started Yellow Freight in the 60s, sold Yellow Freight in the 80s.
Thanks, Jake.
To YRC.
Big blue collar man. He knows what's up.
He started from, my parents started in the 6x12 trailer with my sister when they first got her, or my mom got pregnant. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing by accident.
It happens.
Yeah.
I know these.
It's better than your dad getting pregnant by accident.
Yes, I mean, that would be weird. But they were barely making it, and they built a pretty big business, Yellow Freight, from nothing. And and my dad's sisters and brothers were all doctors, and literally the lawyer, like the...
I've always wanted to know this, John. Why would the trucks not yellow?
Okay, you have to ask my dad that, dead ass. He will tell you.
They're orange, right?
Hey,
Yeah, dude, it's dumb as fuck. I get
He's
it.
fucking colorblind.
Yeah, I mean, he's not, but you'd think he is. That'd be better. Okay, he's colorblind. Yeah.
ish.
Let's just
He's
go that.
colorblind-ish.
Yeah. He's also stubborn as shit, so he probably did it just piss people off.
Yeah, I didn't- so I
Probably
didn't- I
did it to
didn't know
piss
that
people
about
off.
you.
That's a good fucking
Yeah, I
reason
didn't
too.
know he started Yellow Truck.
Yep. He
I-
started Yellow Freight.
Yellow
He has
Freight.
his master's in business administration.
Jesus Christ, Bobby.
He
Fuck.
he built Yellow
I
Freight.
said I was like,
There you
every
go.
time I pour one of these cups, I'm gonna make it taller and deeper as we go.
I wasn't in trouble with the wife until just now.
She's watching YouTube. What the fuck?
She's cooking dinner.
Oh, yeah, you
She's,
are in
like
trouble.
here for us.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Okay, first off, thank her for lunch because I'd be like
Yeah.
dead right
Oh
now.
my god, we'd be totally dead. And
That was the
delicious.
that was
was
the
fire.
D4S lunch. Now we're about to have the Sundown Apex dinner.
Okay, let's do it. I'm in. But anyways, I'll cut to the chase. Blah blah blah. My parents. Blah blah blah. We weren't happy. We weren't kosher together. And I'm like, Dad, let me help you with my taxes and shit. And he's like, you're an idiot. Why don't you fucking get a real job?
Right,
Dead ass.
right, yeah.
And my sister's like, get a real job. And now she's asking my kids are going to college. Can you help out? And it's funny as shit. 'Cause I still tell her.
Oops.
She's like, can you help me with my kids and this? And I'm like, I'm still trying to get that real job.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I got you.
Yeah, get
But,
violent.
yeah. So my dad helped me on taxes. He's like, shit, this could be a real thing. Because my first year, I was a sophomore in college, and I made $660,000 in car audio.
Right.
My first year doing it online, and I'm like, shit, we could do it. Like,
That's
I'm
pretty
fucking-
awesome.
I'm baller now, right? And so I'm like building inventory and doing all that stuff, and we're doing the Bulls audio stuff and X-Scorpion stuff, and I was selling it, and then I'm like, shit, maybe I could make my own wire.
Right.
And so I'm like,
So you found your avenues in which to do
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I tested it out. I, proof of concept before I knew what that was.
Yep.
Selling for somebody else.
You did some learning.
Side
Yeah, a
note
lot of
here.
learning and a lot of failure.
I've heard this story from his dad because I talked to his dad. Dad is absolutely fucking brilliant. John Senior is
He still
amazing.
Does, yeah,
I love him, and like I call him when I'm worried it's beyond John's business knowledge. I call his dad, and I talk to his dad. And I'm like, I am trying to figure out how to buy this fucking piece of equipment, and he's like, we can help you out, or you can lean on them like this to have them help you.
John
Get
Senior,
a loan.
John Senior, how'd you even see him? Can't see me.
Oh, funny.
That's
I have a question.
that's a John Cena joke.
I have a question. So, your father, does he still do the trucking?
No. He sold. God damn,
Fuck around.
dude.
Look what he did to me.
God.
Is he? My question really
Yeah, I
is,
did
is
give you
like,
less than I gave.
Do you use
Jake?
yellow freight to ship your products?
No.
Damn.
No. We mainly use FedEx because I can ship priority FedEx freight for like $15 more a pallet. And
Right.
I'll pay the $15
Right.
and not charge the customer if they can get it 4 days earlier.
Gotcha.
It's real simple. They can flip
Instead
it
of
faster.
doing
we can get
LTL,
it-
it's a straight shot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that
Yep.
much faster in
We
the
can-
end. It pays you better.
Yeah, they flip it faster. They make their money faster. They make an order faster. It's worth $15. Like,
I said, fuck Dad's company.
yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. So John's dad tells me, he's like, right up until the moment when I was helping him with his taxes that I was reluctant to do, but I knew I had to. And I realized how much money he had made as a college student on the side, that it was a real thing and I needed to help him out even more. And that's when we became very proud of him. And, you know, we went all in to help him figure out how to make it work.
Sometimes
He
you gotta
built
prove your parents
all
wrong.
of it
Yeah.
on, and John's dad explained, he built all of it on his own with his own money from...
My first order was $1,200. $1,200. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was literally, I was talking to my friend Jeff that still works for me. We went down to LA and I spent $1,200 and I was dead. Like,
Yeah.
I hope I can get back with the amount of money I have. Type of shit.
I have a similar story with my father, because my father restores classic cars for a living, and he was like, he's like, don't follow my footsteps. He's like, I was like, I don't make shit. I was like, he enjoys what he does, but he doesn't make any money. He's like, just get a real job, do something real. And I was, you know,
That-
And you
that
fucked that
classic
up,
car
Brian.
thing
Here you are.
at an early age, I was doing car audio, and he's like, So he saw that I went to the school for it, and I actually, I got my MECP certification, and I was like, I'm really jumping into this. And then he sees I go to Sundown, and he sees me progressing. Now I got this show, and I do. And not that long ago, he's like, I'm actually really proud of you, because you actually kept up with what you wanted to do, and you didn't shy away from that.
Right.
He actually said, I'm proud of you, son. Holy shit. That
Right.
was amazing. This was like,
I'm
I don't
guessing
know, a
your
couple
dad's
months
like
ago.
mine. He doesn't compliment you very frequently.
No.
But when he does, it's like the world.
Yeah, exactly.
My dad's more of the fuck you type and work harder.
My dad's similar
You
to
don't
me.
like it? Work harder.
My dad's similar to me. He's not very. He doesn't show his children a lot of affection.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
but
same.
if you're actually really proud of him, you have to say it to him. You know?
Is there a water in the fridge? over
No, it's all beer.
You want some?
there?
Yeah.
There's a water in Mike's.
This is water.
No, I can't have any carbs.
Oh my god, same.
I can't have any carbs.
Do you know where Mike's room is?
It's,
Over there.
you know, if you only have
another
like one
fridge.
day when you have carbs.
Yesterday.
Oh, God
I had
damn
beer
you.
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh,
And my
okay.
stomach was really pissed off. Like it was like my stomach was like, "What the hell did you
Did it
just
like
do to me?"
sound like
That's
you
the
were
fucked up
sneezing?
part of going on a diet. When you
Yeah.
go back, you're like, I'm fucking my whole life up.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Crown, but this is
Oh
actually
my
really good.
God.
Thank you, Mike
This-
Young and Rob Webster for
This
this.
Crown Black is very good.
Oh my god.
Slancha.
Oh shit!
There's got to be water
We were at a
I
Wiz
have water in
Khalifa
my
concert.
office.
The last
In
time
my
I drank
fridge.
Crown, I will say.
Thanks, Donnie.
The person I build cars for, one of the people that I build cars for, we were at a Wiz Khalifa concert, and it literally, Wiz Khalifa came out, and it said, "Welcome Sky High Cardio," like over Wiz Khalifa, and I don't know what
poop
I
your
was
pants.
thinking.
Oh,
I
you,
poop- I poop my pants.
John, you like to do it big. Let's talk about what happened at Slamology
Yeah.
with the airplane.
Yes. Oh yeah. No,
let's
I'm
talk
the
about,
guy.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
that. That's some
Uh,
stupid shit, by the
No,
way.
no, no. Yeah, that's the best.
I just so happened to be right there next to you when this
for
plane
the
came
best
by.
moment of my life.
Yeah,
Yes. Like my child was born a couple years ago, but this
I was
is
there.
another
I
level.
witnessed it.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
amazing.
glad you were there.
What happened? What was it?
You weren't there?
I don't know.
He
that
wasn't.
I-
He wasn't standing next to us when
Oh
it
my
happened.
gosh. Okay, so Donnie, have you ever seen the Step Brothers where he's in the lawn and he's holding his brother in the movie and it says "Sprechen Sie Dick"? So we always play like the, "Hey dude, have you seen on this bottle where it says "Sprechen Sie Dick"? And so it's like a big joke, and we go back and forth and we play. And Donnie's been trying to get me for years, the guy that runs Slamology, and I've been getting Donnie. And so I brought my dad's truck that has like a lift bed. It lifts. And so I went to the craft store the day before, and I got the 4x4 little thing, and I wrote Sprechen Sie Dick on it. And I'm like, dude, because he was like, you have to bring your dad's truck like 2 days ago. And I'm like, oh my God. So we built a custom lift in the trailer, lifted it up, put the GTR under it, brought my dad's truck to Indy. And so I'm like, dude, you have to see this. And I'm like pushing the button. It's like air actuating. And there's a whole sign that says Sprechen Sie Dick. And he's like, I'm going to fucking get you, dude. And I'm like, I looked at one of the employees. I'm like, see if you can find a plane to fly over Slamology with a Sprechen Sie Dick banner.
And he did.
And my employee, Tony, who's like my MVP now, like, fuck Johnny. Yeah. Okay, he's probably not watching. He don't do social media, so fuck him. Fuck you,
I'll
Johnny.
tell him. I'll tell John.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm like,
Sending
he's
him
like,
a text right now.
Yeah, he's like,
Johnny
dude,
said, "Fuck you."
he's like, dude, he has to check with the FAA if you can fly that banner behind the plane. I'm like, oh, this is good. This is real good. If you have to call the FAA and ask me if you can fly the banner, like,
Yeah, I want to say Spreckensy Dick.
Yeah.
What did that cost, John?
$1,400.
Oh, that's
not
Dude,
bad at
yeah.
all.
He's like, it's $1,400. I'm like, send it.
Dude, I got 5 on it. Fucking for
Yeah.
anything on that
Well,
level.
it was like 900 or something, and
But
he's like,
the-
I don't have time till next
The
week.
I and Dick was an exclamation point.
It was an exclamation point, yeah, because they couldn't put Dick on there because the FAA told
right,
him no.
right. Yeah.
And he's like, we're a week out. I'm like, that doesn't work. I need it tomorrow. Like, tomorrow. And then I called Donnie when the plane's flying over. He's like, 5 passes, $1,400. I'm like, done. Charge your card. Cool. I called Donnie. I'm like, he didn't answer. And the plane's flying over. I'm like, oh, I'm fucking dead to myself right now. Like
Somebody at least film
yeah.
this.
was
So
standing.
I called Lindsay from Slam On. She's like, he's in a meeting with the NHRA. Go in there. I don't know what to tell you. Get him outside now. And she's like, okay, I'm walking in.
Bring all of
Yeah,
people
bring
involved
all
in
those
said
motherfuckers.
meeting. Yes.
Dude, and then 2 seconds later, he walks out. I can see him walk out the fucking door. And then he looks up, and I'm like, what's up? Yeah, so that was like, yeah, the
Oh,
crowning
killed it.
achievement
Home
of my
run.
whole life. Like, Sky High is cool and all, but like that
was cool.
Yeah, fuck Sky High.
Highlight of your whole life.
No, yeah, dude, that was like the one.
Who
And
knew
then-
it would only cost $1,400 to do
Dude,
something like
that was the biggest
Hey,
score of
Donnie.
my whole life. I didn't even negotiate. I'm like, oh my god, done.
I
Need a
thought
card
you were
number?
going to say 2,500, which I
would've
still would have
paid
done it. Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
and
You got-
so
you
I
gotta
wouldn't have done it
hire
because
a
it would have
dude
broke
with a
me, but
plane.
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, and he's standing there, and we're like holding our hands over each other's shoulders, looking at the fucking plane, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you, motherfucker," and I'm like,
How the fuck does he beat that?
and we have
That's
the
epic.
barbecue like a month later. So literally, I look out the door, and I'm like, there's a little ginger-looking motherfucker getting out of a fucking Uber, and it's Donnie, and I'm like,
Nice.
I walk outside. I'm like, looking up. There's no plane. I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't get me. And he's like, dude, it's expensive out here.
We need to do a fireworks display that spells out like
Dude.
Spreckensy Dick.
Okay, you're literally the guy. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get an A.
Let's
You
do
get
it.
an A for
Yeah.
creativity than that, Jake.
E for effort.
Well, hell, Jamie's in here. Let's go ahead and talk about what you got going on. This is Jamie from Y Base.
Okay, I love Y-Base, but I have to go pee, so I'll be
Go
back.
ahead, go ahead.
We talk tomorrow.
Okay.
You know what? It just went to 100 miles per hour in here when you got in here, bro.
Yes. Good. Good.
What really is one of the happiest dudes with a camera I've ever met.
Good energy.
For sure.
I'm not skinny.
Any big show I go to, we see Jamie out there just doing his thing. You
Smiling.
can find him on YouTube, right? Y Base.
Yes,
Having some perfect teeth
Yeah.
over there. Look at this guy.
Is it Mikkel, right? Is it
Yeah.
Mikkel? Mikkel, you're from Limitless, right?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. And I know that.
McKell.
Kel.
He just said his name 3 times
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
row.
And
You should drink more of this Crown.
you guys have a bunch of dealers. I know that Sky High's a dealer for you.
Yes.
So, what do you? Well, you
You
look
work,
like
with,
you're
you work
busy.
with Chris, right?
Okay. Okay.
Chris, Matt, who else? Who's the owner? I
I
forget.
know Chris and Matt.
Chris, Matt.
Yeah. Well, Roy is part of it too. Isn't
And
he?
Roy, yeah.
Yep.
Roy.
God, there's so many names. I
So,
know, yeah, I do. I know all the guys.
Limitless and Rose Auto.
yeah.
It's just like a big match.
I think Limitless is a spark dealer.
There you go.
Yes.
Awesome. So what do you guys got limitless wise? I'm a little under the weather. Bear with me. What do you guys got going on new?
Right now we're working on the underhood batteries
Okay.
and
Get up on that mic.
the new 120 amp hour lithiums.
Okay. That's a big boy.
A few months should be out.
Speaking of
How big
you
is
know,
that thing?
We got the
The
150
battery?
We got the 150 that's in Jimmy Z's.
Yeah.
It's about
You want to see it or?
yeah.
Shoot, we got the fighting cock whiskey. We already drank it all.
Yeah. That's me. Sorry about that.
I like to when I talk about lithium batteries, I like to say, okay, this is about this many batteries worth, because that's kind of what it's like. It's almost like you've got 3 or 4 batteries, normal car batteries, in one battery, and it's like half the weight. You know,
Yeah.
Less
So-
than half, yeah.
that one that you were just talking about, the new one coming out. How many batteries is that worth? You know?
You talking about the Moab?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet,
It's
but
like,
kind
that's
of.
like worth like
What?
10 AGM.
See,
like 10 Group
that's
31?
ridiculous.
No way.
Yeah.
10
You
bucks.
only need one battery for your whole car if you have a
Man, that's
big ass
that
system.
lithium
More
has
than that.
changed the game,
It
man.
has. It has.
Yeah.
As long as everybody stops running C-Max.
What's the charging voltage on those?
14.8.
Perfect.
Standard.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
salty.
LTO.
Don't go any higher.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm salty about
It's
C-Max.
not
Fuck
worth it.
LTO.
Why are you salty
fuck
about
C-Max.
C-Max? Break it down.
Because people try to run salt amps on them.
So yeah.
I'm charging a 15.9. Why is this not working? Because I made you a low voltage amp, bro.
Yeah, and that's the big
Stop
problem.
being
we're
salty.
having. So we constantly send people to you and to Excess Power because you guys
Yeah.
make lithium batteries that are actually true voltage, for a standard car. It's not above 15 volts.
Hank Veach is going to crash to this wall at any second and be like, C-Max for the win.
Yeah. Just not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan because we get so much shit back because of it.
Yeah.
And we have unfortunately we end up warranting half that shit.
Yeah,
but
it's like, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. It wasn't ready.
Yeah.
She wasn't
Why base?
ready.
What you got going on over there, Jamie? What's new on your channel?
So, going to shows, posting material from the shows. I post on Instagram all the time. But I think the newest thing
Get on
is,
that mic.
The newest
There
thing
you
is
go.
I have my online store. That's open.
My guy.
What you got on there, man?
You got merchandise?
Everything.
Yeah, what do you got on there?
I got some.
Why don't you tell everybody?
I got some Sky High stuff on
Uh-oh.
there.
My guy.
I got some
Limitless?
Limitless lithium stuff on there.
Hey.
Oh,
I
so
got
you're breaking
Mind your
in.
business.
Down for Sound.
Oh, shit.
I got a little bit of everything. I'm working. Just starting off. So, it's been good so far.
You got merch, right?
Yeah, merchandise.
Hell yeah.
I have my shirts on there, but I have some more merchandise coming. I have some hats, some different shirts that are coming that are in the work. So I'm just riding it out.
Hell yeah, man.
So far, so
I always
good.
see you at the shows. You're doing good, man.
Yes, sir.
Kicking
Thank you.
ass. How many subscribers you got?
So
Roundabout.
on
14.
on IG, I have like 43,000.
Turn that mic towards your face.
Okay.
Like so.
There you go.
Get up
Okay.
on it.
There you go.
So on IG I have like 43,000, and then my YouTube has been growing pretty good. I hit 1,000 subscribers. This is funny, but I hit 1,000 subscribers in March,
Uh-huh.
and then right now I'm getting closer to 2,000. But it's a pretty good number for me because I've been putting YouTube videos out for a long time, and I just became like monetized.
So you were bigger on Instagram
Yeah,
first.
yeah, so-
that's cool.
Well, I'm terrible at Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah, Instagram was
my Instagram is full of big titty bitches. That's all. Sorry, honey.
Sounds like fun.
That's all my Instagram. I don't go on it for nothing. I just
You
like
follow
car
my
audio
wife?
and boobs. Yes,
Yes.
I do, John. I'm sorry.
Same. So
Yeah.
there's that.
I mean, what are we going?
Happens.
Yeah. But that's awesome. So now your YouTube's you got just got
Gonna be
monetized.
awkwardly.
so yeah, became monetized.
Awkwardly,
So
oops, everybody
I'm a
pervs on
YouTube
John's
partner.
That's awesome.
But
Good
yeah.
job on that, dude.
But yeah, but I've been going to shows for years. Made all of my connections.
About time you came to Sky High Show.
Through going to shows.
My
yes,
guy.
Yes, I came to Sky High Show.
Yeah, you guys missed out, man.
It was a month ago.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
a month
we were
ago.
just there.
You're somewhat local, aren't you?
I'm out of Atlanta.
Okay, yeah. I figured.
So-
I knew
Yeah,
you were
ain't bad.
somewhere not
too
far from here.
Not too far.
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
So you went out west.
Yeah, went out west. We flew
Sweet.
out there.
Are you gonna go to CES or SEMA or
yes,
any of that?
Yes,
All
I'll
right,
be
cool.
out there for that.
If they don't cancel it.
Yeah.
True.
So we're set up to go to the SEMA show for the Steve Barber and all them guys.
Yeah.
I think there's a
Again,
pretty low
if
chance they're
we-
going to cancel it, by the way.
Yeah, it's possible.
I think there's a low chance.
Oh,
I
man.
will die. If they cancel it.
Side
If they
note
cancel
for me,
surf,
This is the Jon Rabe memorial episode.
dude. Yeah, RIP.
Pre-death.
Dude.
Pre-death.
I got
Pre-dead
COVID
fucking-
from SEMA 2019.
Really?
Okay,
Oh.
same.
Hey,
Actually, CES. My bad.
I
Yeah,
happened to be
CES,
at
And I was dead.
I happened to be at Down
SEMA
for Sound
18.
headquarters at that time, and I happened to be in a hotel
Hey.
room with
Dude.
Bobby Gately at the
and my boy Josh,
Yeah.
and we both got very sick as well.
Oh, you did too.
Both of us did. And then my mother-in-law got sick, and she was sick for like 7 weeks. We were
that
totally
was
worried
before
about her.
COVID, but I think it was COVID.
I think it was COVID.
I'm glad
too.
you guys are okay.
All right, everybody.
Dude,
my-
it was pretty fucking
worst
wild.
2 weeks of my
Listen,
life. But anyway.
real quick. My son is watching. He's 10 years old. It's all making blush. There's a lot of crazy, a lot of big names in this room right now. Let's all say hi to Brett. Say
What's
hi,
up,
Brett.
Brett?
What's up, Brett?
Hi, Brett.
Be
There
good,
we
kid.
go.
Go to school. Don't do car audio.
Don't do car audio. Yeah.
Build classic cars.
Yeah, build the classic cars. 100%.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Go for it.
Can you tell me about the Gately audio subs? What size are available?
Yeah, we
So,
didn't get into any of that.
we have-
Big reveal coming.
We have Alpha and Relentless series. They're two different series. Alpha is slightly less expensive. Doesn't mean it's less performance. It's just not as expensive to produce. The Relentless series are larger, power handling, more
The Bella Coola.
Yeah,
Bella Coola.
gnarly.
More
They're
robust.
gnarlier.
These guys don't know about the Bella Coola.
No.
At subwoofers, and then like brand new,
Be telling them.
we have 12-inch Alpha and Relentless series subwoofers
Nice.
that are almost available like tomorrow.
Are your woofers like an overseas thing, or do you have them built here in
The
States?
6.5s and 8s are built overseas. We had a little bit of engineering help from my friend Jon Rabe, and then the engineer at the manufacturing facility is absolutely brilliant, and I'm a huge fan of what he's done for us. It took a minute to really convince him that we weren't concerned about price point.
Yeah, you know how overseas manufacturing is. It's all about price and price and price and price. But Bobby's obviously not concerned about that. It's more about quality.
yeah.
It's not price.
And how
Definitely.
it fits with your enclosures. Correct?
Exactly.
That was the priorities. Make something extremely high end that we were confident could perform as good or better than anything else on the market in our like truck boxes when we did the 6.5s and 8s. And I can say with confidence and with test data that there pretty much isn't much of anything that even comes close. So super good. And then the 12-inch subwoofers are manufactured in the United States here. Got some help from brilliant engineers that build badass subwoofers that are helping us out. And
Nice local
we're
boys,
going to
right?
have those. Yeah, some local guys. They're awesome. Big fan of what they do. We've done a ton of testing with our Alpha Series subs. I think my man Ray Pimley, Jeep and Bass, has kind of put a little bit of like spoiler information on the board a couple of times, dropping some numbers
Too
and
much
test
info.
data. And so it's like, well, people haven't figured out exactly what's going on. He's like, that's a pretty good number for a single sub setup. And people are like, what is it? And he's like,
You doing
it's a speaker.
3-inch
Mind your
coil,
business.
3-inch
We-
coil, 2.5,
3-inch coil for our Alpha Series 12 and 4-inch coil for the Relentless Series.
Gotcha.
Stitched around, or you going with the
Jesus, I don't know.
Most
They're definitely
likely.
glued on the carbon on the Relentless.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome stitching through the
Don't ask in-depth questions right now. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm ready. I've been cockfighting all morning.
Right. So it's going to be gatelyaudio.com, right? Or is it gately.com?
GatelyAudio.com and SkyHighCarAudio.com.
Sky High
Anything,
Audio.
any of my products will also be available at
We
Sky
sell
High.
a couple
Cool.
Gately
Awesome.
And
products
for
once in a
dealers,
while.
it's Sky High as well.
So you have a dealer
Don't
network?
ask me if you want to be a dealer.
Oh,
Contact Sky
there
High.
you go.
You don't want to deal with me.
Well, you do
Bobby.
distribution too, right?
Yep, it's
Bobby.
shcadealers.com.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have all our
You hungry?
application.
You
Usually,
got food ready? Should we
Yes.
cut this off and go get some food?
No, it's just started.
Oh, okay. We got a few
got
more
time.
minutes to
Looks
go. Hell
Thank
yeah.
God, because Mikkel hasn't got to talk
So,
yet.
but real quick,
He's talking about
real quick,
lithium.
I wanna
Go
say
ahead.
yeah,
something.
you missed him when you were
Go ahead,
peeing.
Jamie. Jamie,
I
what's
bet.
up?
So this is funny, but I was in car audio, like I said, for years. But
What's that?
That's the Blazer. Yep.
That's at least twice as loud as Mikkel's car.
Yeah, it is. I met
That's a
Jacob
170 dB.
in like 2009.
Five
Oh,
times
yeah?
as
He
loud.
doesn't know this, and he doesn't remember. I know, but we were.
I
in
do remember
Macon.
your face.
We were in Macon, Georgia.
Something
and
about
it
your
was-
face.
It was at a Hooters, and that was
Ball
our
head.
first time seeing Sundown Audio.
Mm-hmm.
It was me and a buddy of mine.
I remember being in the Macon Hooters. That was when Derek's kids were little.
Hey, making Hooters happen.
Yes. So,
Jay Staub was there, wasn't he?
yep. You had the.
Yeah, what do you have
The
here?
hatchback, right?
Yeah, I had my little yellow CRX.
CRX.
Yep.
Okay. So yes, and I remember seeing it, and I was like, it was me and a buddy of mine named Fran. We were like, "What is Sundown?" And you got on the meter, and we were like,
Was that when I had the 8s in there?
"Yes."
Yeah.
And we were looking at it, and we were like, "What?" Like we had never heard of
Yeah.
anything like that before. So we were out there, and we were like, "Man, check this out!" And just looking at, but it's just crazy to see how big.
Yeah.
y'all
Isn't
y'all
it cool?
gotten and grown.
It's
Like,
wild, isn't it?
Have you gotten the tour?
yes,
It's
last
3
year-
hours.
Last year, no,
Did the tour last year.
But
My
you
legs
go
were
see the
tired.
Jeep, but y'all have added stuff.
I peed in a sketchy bathroom,
Dude,
like
this
gas
motherfucker
station
took
bathroom
me
in
on
the
a
back corner.
goddamn
Oh, we
brisk
got-
walk 45 minutes earlier.
Knees to chest.
We have,
He's
we
like,
did, Bobby,
here's another area we're not using at all in this
There's
giant
so
ass
many-
building.
there's
Here's
so
more.
many-
Here's storage for my
there's
parents
so
that are
many
moving.
meth head
Dude,
sketchy places in this building.
They were like,
awesome.
"Oh, we turned all the lights off so that people
he's
wouldn't
got a
go
quick-
anywhere." I'm all, What?
Yeah, it's huge.
Like it's like 4 audio
45
guys
circuit
sneaking
breakers.
around
The
making.
funny thing
Dude,
is-
yeah, when he turned the lights on, I'm like, that's a lot of
Here's
lights.
the funny thing: you guys only saw maybe half of the building.
Yeah, he was
Really?
saying it was half. We didn't even see the downstairs.
There's a downstairs and there's a
Yeah.
whole other like airport hangar
Yeah,
on the other side.
We're ready for the growth.
Is there really a sex dungeon downstairs, like they say?
Of course,
There's only 2 of
It's
them.
full of water. It's called an alligator fuck pit.
You guys been hanging around with Andrew Showers.
No. That's a me and Thomas and Marissa.
You know,
and
most
Amanda.
people don't know that his middle name is.
Hey, I'm down
Golden.
if it's you and Thomas, Marissa, and Amanda.
Hey,
Okay, you know the night I was telling you about when Marissa was touching my feet and she thought it was Amanda? So your feet are soft. That's mine. It was, dude, there was a fucking little room in our hotel room in Topeka, Kansas. And it was like a 12 by 12 room and there was like just a lamp in it. We're like, fill this motherfucker with water. Alligator fuck pit.
So what I was trying to tell y'all is that most people don't know that Andrew's middle name is Golden. So like that's
Yes,
pretty-
Golden Showers. Oh, I've been
That's
calling him
Showers.
Golden for a long
That's
time.
awesome.
I met him and I'm gonna call you Golden. And he's
get the
like,
B2
and he
guys
didn't even
out
think it was
here.
funny.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
all, huh.
He was talking to me yesterday. He was like, are you going to Sundown show? I'm like, yeah, I haven't told nobody. I'm thinking about coming. I'm like, let's go. So we'll see if he shows up.
And
That'd
shit,
be
he'll
awesome.
be here in like 4 hours. As long as it takes
Really?
him to get here. No, I'm just saying that
If
he
he's
will.
walking, he ain't
If
gonna
he's
make it.
if he hears this, he's on his fucking way.
What's up, Ed?
What's up with the white Jeep with the magic box?
It's out there.
That's that guy. You have to ask him.
It's out there. Hasn't moved in a while.
That's what I was trying to tell you about.
Oh, you're
It hasn't moved in a while. It's in the back corner, but that
chilling.
is.
Hold on, let me see that.
That
There's
was
some fans out there that. Are,
yeah. I got that Jeep. I traded a kid a Nightshade version 1 and an amp for that in 2008.
Bobby.
Oh wow.
Cool.
And I used it to prove all the Nightshade woofers and do all my testing.
And the SA with Derek doing
Yeah.
testing.
Yeah.
And with the
That's when we did like over a 160 Outlaw with one SA18.
Oh, the magic box is.
Me and my brother made the magic box in a
It's
shed
wrong.
in a shed in his yard. It was for 2 DD10s because I didn't make subs yet.
Is a PVC round over?
Yeah.
On
Then
there?
we cut the top off and put a baffle for a
There,
15.
there's a mistake that was made in the box that is what made it magic. We're
Yeah,
not
that was a
gonna tell
mistake.
anybody.
Yeah, that was a
What-
mistake.
Yeah.
Tell us the mistake, please.
Well, the woofer hole was put in the wrong spot, and like the tuning was like not exactly right, but it turned out being awesome.
It has to do with the port, though.
Yeah.
So
I don't wanna
is
get into it.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
give away the magic.
So it's not unloading to the
The
opening.
port is
it's-
incorrect, but it works really well for the box.
It's a 96 square inch port for 115, and everybody's like, "Well, that won't work." And it
Surprise.
is never not done a 150 in any vehicle.
What
with
what,
any sub?
What happens when you plug those numbers of that box into enclosure design
Oh, it looks like
software?
shit.
It looks-
Yes.
Can't trust
Okay,
that, you know.
let me take a
With
quick
ISD.
opportunity to tangent the shit out of that. Box design software
Sucks.
does not like Sundown X8s.
no.
Nothing does. No.
Well, so for instance, like WinISD,
Like you go, it goes, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it wants you to build a big ass box with
Yeah.
a tiny
Small
port,
port,
that's
yeah.
gonna make port noise and sound like
Yep.
shit.
A lot of-
and then over and over and over again.
we're noticing a lot of box programs are really great for open air environments.
No.
Not so much in
Not for an
No,
X8,
no, no.
it ain't.
Yeah, no, nothing. Like
Yeah.
you any 6.5, like the B2 6.5 was
Yeah.
the first 6.5 that I actually worked with my hands, and I was like beep a bopple in box design software, and I'm like, ooh, that looks beautiful. I built a fucking stack, 3 or 6, 6.5, and I shaped them by hand with a fucking grinder, and they looked great, and they sounded like shit, and they made port noise that sounded like. Wow! Swear to fucking God, it was a nightmare.
it was the woofer,
We
wasn't
were
it?
cutting it. Yeah, I was like, and I cut and modified, and that's how we ended up
Yeah.
with the Gately Shield port on the boxes. I wanted to make the port area just right, and so I kept making
Yeah.
it tiny bigger and tiny bigger and tiny bigger and tiny bigger, and then I reached the point of diminishing return, and then I
double
pulled back
negative.
a tiny bit, tiny
Yeah.
bit. And I kept making longer
Yeah.
and shorter, and my port's shaped like a T now. And like, I'm so glad I made that horrific fuck up
Yeah.
using box design software. Now, even if you pull back 15 years, and I was building boxes for competitors in Sacramento area, and numerous times I would have guys show up and they'd be like, this box design guy gave me this box design. I want you to build it exactly how it said. And I'd be like, okay. And I'd be super excited. Oh, brilliant box design guy. Da 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 da. And I build them a box. And most often, I had already built them a box based on my working knowledge. Sometimes using box design software. Sometimes using just what I remembered from previous boxes that performed really well. Real quick note, I remember lots of shit really well. I have like a whole database of kicker box design information that I got when I was like 17, 18, 19 years old. I remember all of it in great detail. So I can remember a lot of shit I've done. So when Ray Pimley gets done testing in the parking lot and he walks by and goes, that one did great numbers and it had a better bandwidth than the other one, the thing, I remember that shit. Right. So I would often build really nice boxes that perform really well just based on remembering what had previously worked well.
Right.
And then we'd build these special boxes. That box design guy that may have built very few boxes if we're lucky at all. I find most super duper software guys that are this and blah blah blah.
What do you feel about TermLab? Or the
TermLab is a good start. If you don't have a whole bunch of experience in building boxes and testing and finding out what performed better, use box design software. Use a box design guy to build that. If you are a builder and you enjoy building, build a few different things and test subs in them. We literally test the shit out of every single fucking thing we build.
You don't know how many times I had to argue online. People like box design guys like X8 sucks. It doesn't model good in anything.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It
You're
looks
right.
fucking atrocious. But you know what? Like my favorite 8-inch subwoofer when we were engineering.
Put that fucker in a box.
Yeah. And put it in a Vitical. And we're not talking about just output.
Yeah.
That thing sounds fucking beautiful and performs extremely well.
Right.
And literally shits on about anything else on the market. Except for a Gately Audio Relentless 8, which was...
Double damn.
Yeah. But, no, the reality is that so much of what I have found, and I'm not... This is off of me testing real world.
Right.
These box design software guys that are just steadfast. When I get messages from people and they're like, "What are the parameters of that box?" Or "What are the parameters of your subwoofer?" And I'm
These nuts.
"What are you thinking about doing with it?"
Yeah,
because I'll tell you if it did well or not.
Bobby, we get this all the time. Like, hey, I need this specific parameters. Like, look, whatever program you're using, don't use it. Just listen to me.
What's the RMS? Like, and that not talking about RMS wattage, but there's an obscure Thiel small parameter called RMS.
What's the SD of the
just
woofer?
Shut up. Put it in the box I told you to put it in.
Yeah.
I feel so
put it in the
validated
fucking
right
box
now.
I told you. You know, when people are like, "Hey, I want the parameters. I want to design a box for them." On my site,
Buy our box.
there's recommended, and it says 0.75 max to 0.55 minimum, and port area of 12 to 16. Land in those parameters there.
Do it.
And throw a fucking truckload of power at it.
Don't forget to add in your woofer displacement and port displacement.
Yeah, don't even bother. Fuck it. Just put the fucking thing together and send it. Just don't make your stupid shit. You're more likely to fuck it up when you're talking about a woofer like that. When you have that tiny of a sub with a tiny little cone. I don't care what
Tons of
anybody
motor
says.
force.
And motor force coming out the ass.
Yeah.
And really this is me just repeating shit that when I got to have a conversation with Jacob, we're standing there drunk at CES, and I said, I was like, why do your X8s work so well in my fucking box that says that it's way too small for it?
Okay, Bobby's told me this story like 54 times.
Yeah.
Just
No, I got smarter that day. When I usually
Real
do
talk.
when I'm talking to Jacob, I get sleepy. I'm like, oh.
His
Not
brain's
because
on
he's
fucking
boring,
autopilot.
because I'm like, oh.
So much information.
It is. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
Write it
right?
down.
But Bobby, I gotta say, I'm so validated right now because through my YouTube, I'll talk about I do not use TS parameters.
Uh-huh.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
That's the thing. I've got
Do not
bashed
say
for
that.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, no, I've built boxes for 30 years.
Yeah.
I just build based
It's
off
not,
of
it's not
what
building the 30 years. It's building 3,000 of them.
But
Yeah.
what,
Yeah, it's
Or
the
like-
knowledge
well,
based
yeah.
on
Or
what
like
you learn.
literally
And so-
probably
Exactly,
10,000
I was a DB
fucking
drag
boxes.
competitor. I rebuilt my
Right.
wall multiple times through each season, right?
Yeah.
So I land on what I've experienced. Like you said, I just built off of.
My tangent is this: the woofers now are so powerful, and they have such a large amount of stroke. And then that's when you start getting into clippable nonlinear parameters. Like you have a sub that's moving 3 inches peak to peak. Feel small parameters almost mean jack shit at that point.
No,
Like,
they do.
Yeah, this
they
thing
do
is,
actually mean jack shit
Yeah.
at that point. Yeah.
You know, you got these subs. There's like back in the day, you're lucky if your sub moved like quarter inch.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Thiel small parameters stayed, pretty stable.
The formulas
But,
we're working with are fucking
yeah.
archaic for the
Yeah.
products that we're using now.
Right.
There's a reason why
formulas
NASA
don't work
tests
anymore.
fucking rockets.
Yeah.
Is
And
because
power
and they have
compression.
and
They have
they're
all the software.
they have all the fucking software, and we have software that is all based on formulas.
1 watt.
Formulas
Yes.
from fucking 50 fucking years ago that somebody put in
Yeah.
there. So it doesn't. Everything changes when your vehicle starts resonating and your door panel's flapping and your roof is
Sympathetic
flapping.
vibration.
Everything
Yep.
fucking changes.
And you know, everything that people used to know doesn't work with a woofer that has, like, for example, a linear suspension. The suspensions used to be very parabolic. Like, that shit doesn't apply anymore. You know, and then you get linear BL, you get, like, all, like, insane motor force. These people weren't thinking about that shit. Like, you were lucky that the motor was strong enough to move the damn cone back then.
Linear BL with overhung coil. That's impossible.
Hey, there's Dylan. That's my...
You want Dylan in here?
No,
We're-
Dylan will talk us all up.
So how about this? We're gonna go ahead and cut it here. I got 6 mics. I got 6 people at each mic, or 1 person at each mic. I want you guys. We're gonna go around a table. I'm a little drunk, sorry. And we're gonna talk about
So proud of you.
where we can find each person, your information, all that good stuff. So start with Bobby. And we'll go around the table.
All right, Bobby Gately, Instagram at Bobby Gately, at Gately Audio, GatelyAudio.com, SkyHighCarAudio.com, YouPorn. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't do X Hamster?
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
will not be
OnlyFans at
disappointed.
Bobby Gately.
OnlyFans, xvideos.com. No. YouTube, Gately Audio. Expect to see a lot more of that in the near future. My lovely wife will be assisting me more with that kind of stuff. So we're gonna have some really good stuff going on there. And maybe on the joking stuff with the porn stuff, maybe. No, I'm just kidding.
Allie will be helping with that.
Well, float your boat, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Jamie?
Yes, sir. I'm YBase. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well. And I have an online store, which is ybaseworld.com.
Maybe you should
That's where you
spell it out just so they don't mess it up.
Okay. It's the letter Y.
You sure?
Baseworld.com.
Yeah,
Hell
we don't
yeah.
want anybody typing out WHY.
Yes, I'm not.
Did
Why?
you say ybassworld.com?
I get that a lot.
Ybass?
I don't fish. Well, I do, but not on.
Fishing for these hoes.
Yeah.
Plenty of fish.
All right, Ed, what you got?
Alldamnfish.com.
Thanks to Tool Wheel. Tony, thanks, buddy.
Plenty of fish, right? We got Ed Lester here, Sparked Ed on YouTube, and SparkedInnovations.com.
Awesome. Jacob.
Everybody knows me, Sundown Audio, sundownaudio.com.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Me, limitlesslithium.com.
Awesome.
And I build doors and audio and build boxes on
Yeah,
the side,
yeah.
So
Promote that. Go
How
for
would
it.
they contact you for
Send
that?
it, boy.
like Facebook, Mikael Smith, Instagram,
You might want to spell that.
You spell that. Yeah.
MOKEL,
There we go.
There we go.
Smith. And on Instagram, Mikael Half Power. Instagram.
Have power?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll follow you right now.
And John?
Okay. John, Jon, last name Rabe, Rabe.
Rabe?
ROBY.
Robbie,
Raped?
Rape,
Rabby,
Rabby.
Robbie,
whatever you want to say.
Rabe.
Rabbit.
Yep. Send it. All that.
All right.
That's Facebook.
Sky High?
Website, skyhighcaraudio.com. Instagram, skyhighcaraudio. Facebook, skyhighcaraudio. That's it. All that.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming in on the live feed. We, like I said before, we were recording a show, and I had a camera get fucked up, and so I lost the
And
show.
then we all got drunk.
One more question. Tony, it's definitely an upgrade.
Yes, Tony, it is. And thanks for your $5. Everybody have a good evening. Good night. Take care.